What's up, guys? West the King here. My thoughts on our 0-0 draw against Frankfurt in the Champions League. I think it's the third match in the league in this tournament. Is another. I think not another. Well, another. Well, yeah, it's another game where our front three just they're not connecting at all. They're not connecting at all. And it's becoming more and more apparent, and it's becoming more and more of a problem each game. And we're hoping it can change, but it hasn't happened. you know some of that to me can do with the formation. Some of that can do with specific players we have on the wing, aka Royale. But I can't get on him too hard because he just played okay. But for real, the only reason he looked like he played okay is because Frankfurt were kind of on the back pedal. They were respecting us and giving us a lot more space, and they were staying on their side defensively a lot. And let's just be honest, the better teams are not going to do that. Hence the reason why Real looks worse when we go against certain opposition. But Real, he played okay, but you could say the same about Perisic. He just played okay, and it's become more apparent that Perisic is kind of not on the form that we thought he would probably be on. Um, Especially when it comes to the pace. His pace is not the same like how it used to be, of course, but he's like 33, 34 years old, 32, somewhere through there. So you knew that was going to be given. We're really relying on his technical ability, and it just hasn't been the upside more than the pace has been the downside, if that makes sense. It was a game, and then it also was a game where we had a lot of chances. Like we were creating chances. Hence the reason, Frankfurt, they were already on the back pedal, so they were giving us a lot of space, which kind of allowed us to do the little passes. And sometimes we're stringing together some good passes in the midfield, in the mid block. But when we get to the final third, what has been the name of the season, we cannot get that final ball for us to get a good shot, you know, and it ends up being a wasted chance. And that happened like at least 5 or 6 times. So I can't really blame this on Conte and his tactics. The 3-4-3 was fine against this type of opposition because they wasn't really pressing us until the second half. Second half, it became more apparent because Frankfurt was really pressing. They were really trying to do something and trying to get something started for them. And you can see the 3-4-3 has its problems, especially when it comes to the midfield. Luckily, we wasn't giving up wide open mid range shots for the midfielders of Frankfurt, but there was opportunities where players, were pretty much wide open, especially by the Asian player that Frankfurt had. He was wide open in the box. It took a curl shot that very much would have went in if that was anybody else. If that was a Manchester City player, Premier League player, a player for one of the bigger teams in this competition, especially, that would have been an easy curl shot, almost like a training shot, pretty much, because he was wide open in the box, and all of our defenders were they were on a line. They made a line, but that line they were not at all pressing or trying to cover that player at all. He was wide open, literally in the box, and he was able to just waltz in there and kind of take a curl shot. And if he shot that any kind of harder and not so lackadaisical, that would have been an easy goal for them. And this game would have ended a whole lot different. Um, there's not much else to say. Let me talk about the substitutions. Um, Specifically Hill, and let's get to Richarlison also. Let's go with Richarlison first. Richarlison, another poor game for him. It seems like the ball to his feet, he's not technically sound like I thought he would be. You could tell he could, you can get a little nutmeg here and there, but just regular ball control, it seems like he's a little wasteful with it a lot, and his first touch is lets him down a lot. I mean, there was like 2 or 3 opportunities where his first touches let him down, especially when he was trying to go on a break and start a run. The ball would just go too far. He would hit the ball too far from him and not keep it close to him, and it would just kill the chance because the defender or midfielder of Frankfurt would just take the ball back, and that would end that, and then they would pretty much go on the counter. And that happened too many times for Charlotte. I've seen that too many times for him. Son's doing the same thing. Sad to say, and even Kane's doing the same thing. Especially Kane and Son. Kane and Son is not connecting good at all. It's not like the 2020 season when they were just both on the same page. It seems like they're just off. They just don't have no feeling of what they want the other player to do, and it's just not leading to any goals for us. In these last couple games, it's making us look very poor. I'm still advocate on the 3-5-2. I feel like that will unlock a lot of stuff. I think that would give more players that deserve to be playing, like Basuma, Skip. They deserve to be playing. Um, they deserve to be playing way more than Hill. Hill to me, and I've been a fan of Hill. Everybody knows this. If you've seen my the past shows I've been on this channel for Irish, um, you know that I'm a big Brian Hill fan. I like the upside of what he could be, but today I think it showed what Conte's kind of been kind of hinting at least for Hill. I don't believe that for Spence. I think Spence is ready. And I think Spence is way more prepared than Hill is, especially physically, and it showed that he got pushed out that ball too easy. He got pushed out that ball way too easy. I mean, he was expecting a foul too. He was hoping little touch fouls was gonna go his way and everything. Like he was definitely playing in Spain. He's definitely used to playing in Spain, which is bad. If the next loan team does not need to be Valencia in the Spanish league in La Liga, it needs to be in England or at least Scotland. Send him to a team in Scotland. Scotland, they have like a good physicality that's kind of similar to the English game. I send him to somewhere over there. In that in that region because he needs to understand the physicality of the level that he's at now. Playing in Spain is not saying La Liga is an easy league, but physicality wise, that's not what that league is known for. Everybody knows La Liga is more known for the technical side, the tiki taka, Barcelona type of play. That's what La Liga is pretty much known for, far out. And he's definitely too used to that. He needs to get to the physics. He needs to understand that, even though he's skinny and he doesn't have the weight and the strength that he needs, he can still play, but he has to first get used to playing in that kind of physicality. And to be honest with you, he looked like he was out of his depth. Hill, he looked like he's out of his depth. You know, he looked like he doesn't even look like he should even be there. Which is, I know that's harsh for me to say because, yeah, I may be too harsh because it is his first real game that he got sent on to, and he hasn't played in weeks and months and stuff for training. And to just send him out on a Champions League game in the second half is that's a hard thing to do for a young player like him. But that's kind of what he signed up for at the end of the day. When your name get called up, you got to be ready. And he didn't. Wasn't a lot that I saw that was very positive for Hill. He had that one part where he was hustling and he was trying, and he got the ball. And he actually beat out two defenders in the corner when he saved the ball. He showed some good technical ability there, but it seemed like when he got on the pitch, he got tired very quickly. I saw him get tired very quickly. It seemed like he was already walking because of all the running, and the game was going up and down by that point. But he's fresh legs, so he should never got that tired that quickly. I think he really got to work on his fitness and his physical, to really be able to stay on a team like Tottenham or to stay on any type of team of that magnitude in the Premier League or to another Premier League team or even Championship. If he gets sent there, he's going to have to work on that definitely if he wants to stay any longer in these type of leagues, or he's going to have to probably play back where he's comfortable at or go to a tier lower than what Europe has. So hopefully I can see him again. Maybe he'll have a better feel if Conte puts him in a little bit earlier. I doubt that will happen, of course. At this point next, I want to see Spence. And with the 3 games suspension of Royale, I want to see Spence or Doherty. I know Doherty is probably not, a lot of people feel like he's going to get the same Royale would give. I feel like Doherty would be a little bit better. But I really want to see Spence at this point, and I want to see Basuma and Skip play. because we need something different, we need something creative, and it's just not happening for us. But those are my thoughts. It was a draw. We're still second in that table. But and the next couple games are at home for the Champions League. So we got to just keep pushing. Lucky we didn't lose. Lucky we didn't give up a goal in the last minute. So that's my thoughts. Until next time, see you guys.